Welcome to The Explainer, everyone. Today, we are absolutely diving into the sheer dominance of Cristiano Ronaldo. We're going to break down his top 10 goals for Manchester United, specifically focusing on his incredible long-range strikes, clever flicks, and those powerful free kicks. We aren't just rattling off stats today either. We're going straight to the raw, in-the-moment commentary to really understand the anatomy of a legendary goal scorer.
Oh my word. Can you believe the genius of this man? Right out of the gate, just listen to that reaction. That is the high adrenaline we're dealing with today. When we talk about Ronaldo's top moments for United, we're fundamentally analyzing a footballing genius who constantly pushed the boundaries of what actually seemed possible on the pitch. The observers couldn't believe their eyes, and honestly, looking back, neither can we.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand how he became such a complete attacking machine, we're going to categorize his arsenal. We'll be looking at his long-range screamers, those deadly left foot strikes, inventive close-range flicks, and of course, the iconic free kicks.
Let's kick things off with Category 1, the long-range screamers, striking before they even know it's coming. Now, what exactly makes a goal a screamer? Well, scientifically speaking, it's a breathtaking, incredibly powerful long-range strike where the goalkeeper simply doesn't move. Game over. It's a pure expression of raw, terrifying athletic power. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why his long-range shots were so devastating. The commentator hits the nail on the head. He just lets fly before the keeper has a chance to set himself. It's not just the speed of the ball, it's the sheer speed of thought. He bypassed the defenders entirely, neutralizing the keeper before a save was literally even an option. And these weren't just one-off party tricks either. They drove massive milestones. Take his 15th goal of the season. Carlos Tevez creates a little opening, finds Ronaldo, and boom, he shifts it onto his left foot and unleashes an absolute stunner. The unpredictability of hitting a screamer with his left foot meant defenders had absolutely no safe side to force him onto.
Imagine the psychological toll that takes on a team. After the special strike marked his 11th goal specifically against Tottenham, he earned a brand new title, Tottenham's nemesis. Hitting the ball with that much venom from that far out, it absolutely gets inside the opposition's head.
So, moving on to Category 2, inventive and clever flicks. This is all about close-range ingenuity.
This right here is the crucial contrast that made him an absolute nightmare to defend. On one hand, you've got this brute force, striking from way downtown before the keeper is set. But on the other hand, pure finesse. If you step up to try and block that screamer, he's just going to beat you with inventive, close-range ingenuity instead.
You've got to picture the mechanics of this specific goal. A cross comes in, and the ball drops awkwardly right over his head. Most players would completely lose the opportunity, right? Not Ronaldo. He adapts in a fraction of a second. He executes this cheeky, inventive little flick and scores. Just unbelievable spatial awareness.
And sure enough, this kind of cheekiness just kept rocking up the numbers. That specific inventive flick, that marked an incredible 35 goals for the season. He was pulling from every single tool in his vast toolbox to build these historic tallies. Which leads the commentator to ask the ultimate rhetorical question. Can you stop this man? Seriously, think about it. When a guy can blast a ball past you from 30 yards with either foot, or casually flick it past you when it drops awkwardly in the 6-yard box, the opposition is left completely helpless. The answer, quite frankly, was no.
Okay, Category 3, the iconic free kicks. Freezing the opposition.
You could literally feel the tactical tension hanging in the air right before he struck a free kick. Even live on air, observers are debating the physics of it. Will he keep it down? Does he have enough room to get it up? The anticipation was palpable because everyone watching knew he was about to completely defy normal footballing physics. And the result of that unique technique? Absolute paralysis. What a hit! David James stood like a statue. We're talking about David James here, a world-class premier goalkeeper. And Ronaldo's technique had such a freezing effect that the keeper couldn't even manage a dive. He just stood like a statue and watched it fly in. Which brings us to Section 4, an unstoppable scoring machine. Let's talk about the psychological impact. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the pattern that emerges when you lay out his highlights next to the reactions they provoked. Against Tottenham with a special strike, he's a nemesis. Against David James with a free kick, the keeper is a statue. And against a packed defense with an inventive flick, it's simply, can you stop this man? It's like he had a devastating, highly specialized weapon for every single opponent.
But beyond all the flashiness and the statuesque goalkeepers,
There was this underlying truth to his game. Just listen to this.
What an embarrassing goal that could be. He's been sensational all day, hasn't he?
Because that's the thing, his goals weren't just pretty. They were consistently crucial, game-winning moments driven by an absolutely relentless 90-minute work rate. He was the engine for United. And as he intercepts the ball, shows his immaculate touch, and finds the back of the net yet again, his legacy is perfectly summed up in one simple phrase: class is permanent. The ability to constantly evolve, to score with his left, his right, his head, from distance and from point-blank range, it just proves exactly that. It's a permanent class built on a foundation of relentless variety.
Which, quite frankly, leaves us with only one logical conclusion. After looking at the screaming strikes, the close-range ingenuity, and those completely physics-defying free kicks, we're all left echoing the exact same thought. Is there anything this man can't do? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, guys. Keep asking those big questions about the anatomy of greatness, and I'll see you next time.